We've only got one chance to make this family whole again.
Don't do this, Dom.
You ready?
One thing I can guarantee, no one's ready for this.
She's the very definition of high-tech terrorism.
There's thousands of cars in this city, and now they're all mine.
That is from the new film, The Fate of the Furious, speeding into theaters this weekend. This is the last installment of the Fast and Furious franchise, following Vin Diesel's character as he is manipulated into betraying his crew. Joining me now as the host of In the FOXlight, Senior Vice President of Marketing at Fox News, Michael Tammero. With, this will dominate. This movie will dominate. Look at that cast.
It's baked in the cake, you know. Vin Diesel, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, Charlize Theron, Kurt Russell, who we just saw. People love these movies. It's a global hit. Massive global franchise. It's baked in a cake that it'll do at least $1 billion overall.
It's incredible to me how this franchise has survived. And maybe it's even better after the death of Paul Walker, who was so critical.
Well, this is the first movie without Paul Walker. And this movie started, I think, back in 2002 or 3 as just a B movie about L.A. street racing, and it's turned into this global phenomenon that with each movie seems to get better and better, and the box office for each movie has gotten better and better. And so this one's expected to do better than the last one, but the last one had a lot going for it in that there was so much buzz around the death of Paul Walker. So it's going to be interesting to see how it does.
There's nothing B about street racing. That gets an A++.
You like your cars fast, don't you, dig in the Dow?
I love I completely understand this franchise, but I want to talk about some of the destruction in it. So It doesn't just rake in massive bucks. There's also massive destruction. InsureTheGap.com calculated the total amount of damage across the series to total more than $514 million. Because Vin Diesel's character alone caused an estimated $68 million in damage. So we are talking about money.
That's just a typical day of a New York taxi cab driver. Look, that's part of the appeal of these movies is all the special effects. And, you know, the challenge for these guys is to up it time and time again with each new installment. And they seem to have done that with this one. Right.
And it speaks to the fact that you have so much choice nowadays. You go from Beauty and the Beast to the in terms of the wide variety.
This is the main movie opening up this weekend at the box office. It's sort of like, wow, nothing says Easter than Fast and the Furious at the box office. But there is a lot for people to choose from. You have Beauty and the Beast out there. The Boss Baby is expected to come in at #2. No one saw that hit coming, although we sort of did hear 3 weeks ago.
If people just listen to you, again, I always turn back to Hidden Figures, which
great movie.
Which is now you can watch Hidden Figures on streaming online.
On demand, DVD.
But, again, in terms of the power of that film, you were so on that early on, and I wanted to point that out. Let's also talk about another Fox franchise and an extension of a very popular series. The season finale of the TV show 24 Legacy airs Monday on Fox.
Monday night.
Follows an Army Ranger and an intelligence officer as they fight against the clock to stop terrorism on U.S. soil. And you got to sit down with the stars.
I did. I sat down with Dan Bucatinsky. You know him from Scandal. And HBO's The Comeback. He is so incredible. He plays intelligence officer Andy Shalowitz, and we sat down. And he told me how he was sort of pushing the envelope with his latest role.
Let's watch this.
All right, Dan Bucatinsky, thanks for stepping into the FOXlight. So 24.
24.
24, my husband and I are hooked.
Good. It's getting very exciting, very tense. The stakes are being ramped up every single episode.
Yeah.
And again, the whole season takes place in one day. So these are minutes ticking by in real time.
Wait a minute. You're not actually asking me to repair the drive, are you?
I'm asking you to help me destroy it.
Now you play the first openly gay character in this franchise.
Yes.
Breaking down boundaries once again, Dan Bucatinsky.
Well, inadvertently. You know, when I spoke with the creators of 24 to play this role, that was never even part of it. That wasn't even mentioned. Which to me is such a testament to where we are.
Yeah.
You know, we're not just defining a character based on any one thing. Characters are multifaceted, lots of ways to describe who somebody is.
The cast is so phenomenal.
Yeah, it's very diverse.
Jimmy Smits.
Jimmy Smits, Miranda Otto, Corey Hawkins is a great new hero on the show. And Anna Jope, who's his wife, who's beautiful and so tough as nails. And that's the thing. Everyone has more than one thing about their character. Everyone has got courage and heroism inside of them that you don't expect.
What did you say? I said, I won't help you recover your files.
You're hitting it just right, Dan Bukatinsky.
Thank you.
And watch 24 is on Fox every Monday. And if you haven't, binge. Get on it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
That's me caffeinated.
You have so much energy, you don't even need caffeine for that. But I watch Dan and look at the cast, Miranda Otto, Jimmy Smits. The level of acting talent in that show is just phenomenal. Kiefer Sutherland is not in this version, but he's the executive producer of it, so there is some continuity. And the big finale is this Monday. And you have time to binge if you haven't seen it yet. It's really good. And we were talking about how much we love Dan Bukatinsky.
He's so good. He's so good at pushing the envelope without being abrasive and obnoxious, which a lot of stars could take a little lesson from.
Blazing some trails, both in his work and otherwise. Great to see you.
Good to see you, Dagan McDowell.
I am going to be watching Hidden Figures again this weekend.
There you go. And racing around the city.
Yes, exactly. On my feet. Michael Tammero.